Are you making your life harder than it needs to be? Well, probably, but I'm not qualified to help out with that. What I can help out with is thanks to the NASVP webinar on 10K and 10Q filings presented by Paz Dijon, Elizabeth Dodge, Connor Buckley, and Teresa Yanacone. What I can do is help you save time in relation to your disclosures. So, without further ado, we're going to be going over 3 disclosures that you're making that you just don't need to be. And to kick it off, we're actually going to be talking about 10Qs. Now, in the webinar, it was actually mentioned that a number of companies are simply regurgitating back the information that they're regurgitating back the information that they had listed on their 10Ks. And you just don't need to be doing that. You don't need to be filling out the same information twice. For your 10Qs, the requirement is going to be that you disclose any significant changes that have occurred since your annual report or 10K. And you just don't need to be doubling down on the information that you had already put on your 10K. So I wanted to make sure that we disclose that before going on to our next area, because the next disclosure you're making that you probably don't have to be is going to be in relation to your exercise price table. Now, in the past, and I'm talking about like around 2005, exercise price tables were required to be disclosed. However, that no longer is the case. Yet in the webinar, it was explained that over 250 companies are still including this table despite it no longer being a requirement. So, for those of you that are already doing it, you have the freedom to do so, but just be aware that you don't have to be, at least not anymore. And for the last disclosure that you don't have to be making, we're actually going to be talking about how some companies are disclosing the weighted average remaining contractual term and or the aggregate intrinsic value for restricted stock and restricted stock units. Now, why this might be confusing is because this is a requirement, but it's for stock options. And as Connor Buckley had discussed in the webinar, for an option, you have the exercisable window in which the award could potentially be converted to shares. But for RSUs, a majority are going to be released at vest. And that really isn't going to make those 2 areas relevant for restricted stock and restricted stock units because there isn't this concept of how much time is left before the RSU or restricted stock can no longer have the potential to convert into shares. And with that last remark, I think this is my first time keeping our video under 3 minutes, so I'm very proud of that. And with that last remark, I'm just going to say thank you again to all of you who bared with me to the end of this video. And like the last video, if you did, please comment 10Q on the video. Always nice to see who's joining us to the end. So again, thank you for all those who joined us. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please give it a like and follow us on LinkedIn and YouTube. Thank you.